What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please subscribe if you haven't already. What's going on, family? It's been a while since we talked, so let's just go ahead and jump right to it. I gotta admit, a lot's been going on lately with the Clippers, and we got a lot to talk about. But let's start with the Norman Powell situation. To me, this is a weird trade. To me, this is a weird situation in general for me with the Clippers and Norman Powell, because I thought the Clippers were going to give him a deal that he wanted, and I thought they were going to keep him. But instead, you trade him for the likes of with a three-way trade with John Collins from the Utah Jazz. Me personally, I'm not really a John Collins guy. I think he's pretty good, athletic, and things like that. But as far as what Norman Powell brings to an offense, it's a whole lot more lethal and a whole lot more efficient in what you need to run an offense better with Norman Powell's attributes rather than with John Collins. I personally wouldn't have let this trade go through if I were the Clippers, because Norman Powell is a better fit for the Clippers than John Collins is. Now, of course, there's been rumors out here, or there is rumors out here, that the John Collins deal, three-way trade to get Norman Powell out, opens up room for the Clippers to actually go after Bradley Beal with maybe some cash, some picks, and provide John Collins as an add-in. Now, the problem with that is, if that trade does not go through, then where are the Clippers at? You basically traded a B minus player for a C minus player. You know what I mean? So you lose out all the way around. Personally, I would have kept Norman Powell and just negotiated with him as a trade potential, candidate, and add, maybe some future picks to that, whatever a team might want to go with to acquire somebody like Bradley Beal. Me personally, I'm not sure if Bradley Beal's the answer for the Clippers, but I will say John Collins I don't think is. And I think that you didn't even have to go to a three-way trade route to get somebody like Bradley Beal. You probably could have did damn near a straight up trade for Bradley Beal for Norman Powell. The way Norman Powell played last year and the Bradley Beal we've been seeing the last couple seasons, they're not even really comparable, not to me. So when I look at that in its entirety, in its totality, I'm wondering what is the Clippers' direction. And I can tell you this, if this is their direction in regards to making certain moves, you're going about it the wrong way. You just gave James Harden, I think, $81 million, which I don't think he deserves that the way he played in the playoffs. But I guess you have to have a point guard. So you definitely, in your mind, I guess you definitely feel like you need to keep him. And you trade one of your top three players on the team and got back a C minus D plus player in John Collins, who really can't shoot that well. He shoots okay, but he's not really known as a shooter. He's more known as athletic and defense, which is good. But at the same time, he doesn't make up for what Norman Powell actually brought to the Clippers. Now, to be fair, Norman Powell did shrink in the playoffs. The way he played in the regular season is not how he played the latter part of the season going into the playoffs. So, I feel like the Clippers, in some way, shape, or form, to be fair to them, they looked at that and said, well, he's not a guy we can count on in big moments, so maybe we'll just go ahead and trade him. The only problem with that is Norman Powell thrives a lot better off of the bench. So the Clippers' job was to go out and really actually find somebody that they can get that can kind of play that third man role and allow Norman Powell to go back to the bench where that's his strength, and he could have helped the Clippers have balance in their offense from the bench to the starting lineup, or vice versa, however you want to say it. That's the reason why I said a few weeks ago I thought the Clippers should have tried their very best. Not saying they didn't try their very best, but maybe they should have tried harder to go after, somebody like Drew Holiday, because Drew Holiday to me would have been the perfect fit for the Clippers in regards to what he brings defensively, and he's a knockdown shooter. He's a pretty damn good knockdown shooter at that, and even though he's older, he still can defend at a pretty decent level, and that's all the Clippers really need, because they have other guys who can defend, and they still got one of the best defenders, if not the best defender of all time, in Kawhi Leonard on the floor. So, you have that, and you have offense. You just needed a guy who can step in and be consistent in regards to getting points, timely baskets. And Drew Holiday is that type of guy who gets timely baskets. And Norman Powell is the type of guy who can get you baskets and buckets, but not the timely ones, possibly, because that's never been his role to be that type of guy. He just comes in and provides a spark, offense, get the offense going, get a rhythm himself. And if he's going at his peak, then, he can really put up some massive points. So to me, that was the Clippers' job, to go out and find somebody like that to kind of give Norman Powell the opportunity to go back to the bench and be a six man that he's always been most of his career, I would say. So that was the key, not to go out and get somebody from Utah and John Collins, who really, he doesn't even move the needle for the Clippers. I mean, he's good defensively, yeah, but at the same time, he can't really score that well. He's not really known as a scorer. So you took away from your scoring opportunities, which we're in the league of the last 10 years of the 3-point range, and more scoring is in the league now. This is not NBA in the 90s where it's all defense going to win you championships. You got to have scoring too. And you took away one of your best scorers and you didn't get anything in return, really, is my gripe with the Clippers. So hopefully, in the Clippers' sake, hopefully they do get Bradley Beal. I don't even think Bradley Beal is the answer for them. But I think he is definitely a lot better than John Collins, of course. And I think that they need Norman Powell's offense, somebody who can provide Norman Powell's offense back on their squad. So the only way they would do that is getting somebody like Bradley Beal. So I don't know. I feel like the Clippers went the wrong direction to go after a piece like Bradley Beal, if that's what they're trying to do. Or either I think they went the wrong direction in allowing a 3-team trade and got nothing back in return if that deal or trade proposal with Bradley Beal doesn't fall through. So it's very weird, very peculiar to me, but not unbeknownst in regards to how the Clippers organization have been throughout the years. And that's the problem with them. They don't make the right moves to me. This clearly was a very, very minimal type move for the Clippers, and it really didn't make any sense to me. Now, like I said, you could look at it from a different angle, and if you choose to do that, I'm totally fine with that. But if you do, leave your comments in the comment section so, we could talk about it.